What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus HD. Last time we beat Colossi number 8 and 9, the lizard and the tortoise, and that put us over the halfway mark. Today we are going to go after 2 more. Okay, so according to Dormin, our next Colossus, Dirge, is located in an isolated sand dune, kind of a new location. We've kind of seen a glimpse of this big sprawling desert, although we haven't really done much with that desert yet. That will probably come an episode or 2 from now, where we will revisit that desert and see what lurks there. But for now, let's get on Agro and head towards Dirge. So I started talking about this last time, but I guess I got distracted and I never finished the thought. I had brought up the fact that there's a sigil on Agro's forehead. What I forgot to mention is you can actually change that. There's kind of an Easter egg to do that. It reminds me a little bit of the stuff in Silent Hill 3, where if you have a Silent Hill 2 save file, you can encounter certain events that were callbacks to Silent Hill 2. If you have an Ico save file on your memory card, that pattern on Agro's forehead changes to the eye from the Ico logo. Which actually reminds me of something else I just found out about before I sat down to record. Shadow of the Colossus actually started off planned as not a prequel but a sequel to Ico, and it was going to go by the name of Nico, which was a pun on the word Ico, or Eco, which I guess is probably the more correct way to pronounce it, but I've always just said Ico. Jeez. It's a pun on Eco and the word ni, which is the Japanese word for 2. So it was basically Ico or Eco 2. And I think that plan got scrapped because Ueda felt like it wasn't a very creative route to go down. This area might look familiar because you see that big, ominous black cloud in the... Whoa! This is the first time we've seen Agro leap. You see that big, black, ominous cloud in the distance, and that's the location we were in last time when we fought the tortoise, when we fought Bossaron. We're not quite heading through that dark, misty, geyser-filled area this time. We're going to veer off in a little bit towards the left, I want to say. I hope I remember where this little underground area I'm heading towards is. Or am I heading through the black cloud right now? Shit. I know I head through there again at for a different Colossus, maybe? Or is it... well, if I get lost, I'll know where to backtrack to. Also, if you can't tell, my throat's a little sore. Actually, speaking of things I forgot to bring up last time, when I was talking about Reminiscence Mode, I started thinking about another story that I didn't get to tell. The remains of the Colossi, after you've killed them and you go to revisit them, they're just kind of like these mounds of stone and earth, which is the way you go up to them to trigger Reminiscence Mode. That reminded me of something about the way the... Holy shit, Agro! Come on, girl. I don't want you turning into glue just yet. Can't break those legs on me just yet. Still need you. Reminiscence Mode reminded me about the way the game was marketed. So Shadow of the Colossus sold really well in Japan as opposed to Ico, which didn't really sell that well at all. So when they brought Shadow of the Colossus to the west, Sony pulled this kind of cool viral marketing stunt where they started claiming that they've been finding the remains of these enormous colossal monsters all over the world. Which, when I was 15, that kind of viral campaign just seemed radical. But... oh wait, this isn't... oh shit. I'm not sure if I went to the right place now. Oh no, there it is in the distance. So just past this save shrine, there is a little well-hidden cave. And heading through here, we see, I think that's the first time we've seen bats. There's a decent amount of, living critters populating this place. Whoa! God, Agro's jumpy! Agro's jumpy today. She's jumping off of everything. And this is a fight where we're actually gonna need Agro. Whoa! Oh, I thought that was Dirge sticking at the ground. I thought it was one of Dirge's scales or something. So I guess we need a ride, yeah. A little bit further out into the middle of this, as Dormin described it, this isolated sand dune, where we are being introduced to Dirge, the 10th Colossus, and the very aggressive, very quick sandworm. Dirge is pretty creepy, especially once you see his eyes. Dirge is also pretty aggressive, like I just said. One of the most aggressive Colossi in the game, in fact. Once you see his eyes, you'll realize that there's, unlike the other Colossi, whose eyes are color-coded to denote when they're being attacked or when they're aggressive towards the player. They're blue when they're not aggressive, orange when they are. Dirge's eyes are always orange, and there they are. So we have the bow out because I want to shoot Dirge in his stupid, huge, creepy eyes. And I'm missing badly, because oh god, the reticle blends in so well. Did I actually hit him there? No, he just leapt at me. Dirge is really quick, very capable of keeping up with you. And the deal is, you want to shoot him in the eyes once he surfaces his head, and that blinds him temporarily. It causes him to go out of control, and he'll slam headfirst into a wall. And Dirge is so aggressive towards us because he is trying to eat Wander and Agro. I think that one definitely landed. That one definitely hit home. Okay, so we'll wait for him to smack into the wall just like that. Oh, I love when counterattack starts playing. Oh, fuck, Agro! Agro's drunk in this episode. Just falling and flailing and jumping all over the place. Yeah, I love counterattack's a really good track. Usually it starts playing once you're able to climb on top of a Colossus. Not all of them have this music playing when you finally get a chance to attack them. A couple of them, I think, don't. A couple of them play, was it tear-filled or despair-filled farewell? Can't remember the track names. So there are two major weak points on Dirge. I believe after we've taken out one of those major weak points, he will burrow underground and will start this pattern over of being chased around and shooting him in the eye, blinding him, causing him to smash into the wall, and then climbing him again. That's going to become a recurring thing as we go deeper and deeper into the game. Very early on, we could kill any of the Colossi in pretty much one cycle without having to repeat any kind of sequences or get knocked off by design for the earlier Colossi. But we've seen now a few of them who, after so long, have ways to get you off of their backs automatically. You don't necessarily have to lose all of your grip gauge and fall off. So, there's Dirge. So, get full sprint on Agro, and... Oh, is that the first arrow this time? Normally my aim is terrible. Because again, I can't see the reticle. Yep, and counterattack is playing. Letting us know that we can now finish Dirge off. Oh god, and that's good. Launching straight onto its back. Okay, yeah, that did damage. I wasn't sure because I'm on that that weird edge of the hitbox of the sigil, so I wasn't sure if I was doing damage. And one more does it, and that's already 10 down, 6 to go, and we still have another one yet to go in this episode. Because let's see, it's only been about, what is that, 10 minutes or so, 11 minutes. Come here, Agro. Take these tentacles for me. Take some of the essence here. Nah. Agro's not being a bro. Or a sister. Whatever. So now we'll head back to the temple once again, after being pierced by all of these black tendrils. If you've been noticing, Wander's physical appearance has been slowly, very slowly, degrading after each Colossus slain. After every set of black tendrils shoots out of the slain Colossus and embed themselves in Wander's body. His physical appearance is slowly starting to degrade. His skin's getting paler, his hair is kind of starting to go gray. Okay, so Dormin is telling us that the next Colossus we have to fight is one who is overlooking a lake. And this time, it's not a brand new lake, it's finally one just adjacent to the arena that we're gonna fight this next Colossus in. Unfortunately, we have been to like 5 lakes so far. So, anytime Dormin brings up a lake, it's a shitty hint about where to go. This next Colossus is known by some as Celosia. It is, I don't personally see the resemblance, but the official art book states that it's supposed to be based on a lion. It is my either least favorite or tied for least favorite Colossus in the game. If it were to just disappear from the game's code, I would not shed a single tear. I fucking hate this one. Sometimes if you're really lucky, the fight ends in like a minute and a half. So if I get lucky, it's not going to be that bad. Unfortunately, I tend to have bad luck with this one. You're going to see why he's such a dick, too. Ah, goddamn. Celosia is, and Zenobia is the other one that I'm thinking of. They're both terrible. But I guess you'll see why in a little bit. Actually, is this one adjacent to a lake we've already been to? I feel like... Yeah, if we head a little bit off to the left instead of crossing under the bridge, I feel like that leads to the lake where Gaius is, so I guess it's kind of close to Gaius's arena, but not really? I don't know. Too many lakes. And then And then not only is there like 4 or 5 active lakes, there's also one that's in a dried lake bed. So we have 2 pits over here, one on the left and the right. We're heading towards the one on the right. I don't remember if the one on the left actually takes us anywhere, or it might be part of the same pit and I might just be... Yeah, that's the case. I just saw that little ridge up there dividing it, so I'm going to jump off Agro like a cool guy, and that didn't work out so well, and I'm breaking all my bones. Oh, shit. I wanted to launch off Agro and be cool and just dive straight into this lake under here. Is this the lake that Dormin was referring to? Because this isn't a lake, it's like a tiny pond. Oh god, I think this is another lake. Or whatever passes for a lake in this game's estimation. Holy shit, they're fucking infinite lakes. Oh, man. So after we've not broken all of Wander's bones getting down here, we abandon Agro, who will not make her way down the little zigzag rock dirt path. And will certainly not be swimming up to us to help us out, but that's fine because, honestly, Agro wouldn't do well in this fight anyway. So, first of all, we'll head through this very dark subterranean valley and into this temple, where we have, I think, a little bit of platforming to do before... Oh, no. I'm thinking of a previous Colossus, actually. This one, you just have to make a little leap, which I am not great at making. That's a little too close for comfort. And now we see Celosia, the lion. I don't see the resemblance to a lion there. I think it's the tusks that throw me off. It seems a little bit more like a boar or something. Oh shit. So you can see Celosia is not very big. Despite the fact that it's a Colossus, it's pretty tiny actually. One of the reasons I don't like it. The other is it's aggressive as hell. So the idea there was I was standing on top of that brazier so that Celosia would ram it and knock that stick down, and I can attack the torch up here to light the stick on fire. And Celosia is afraid of fire. But not afraid enough that he won't slap you. I guess I can see the resemblance in the claws. It's got kind of a lion's paw to it, but the face is just, what the hell? Doesn't really have much of a mane. So the idea is that Celosia is fully armored and afraid of fire, so we want to grab the torch and light it, and slowly back Celosia off of this cliff to shatter its armor on the ground. This part of the fight is really cool. I really like this part of the fight. It's kind of an inventive environmental mechanic, and this backbreaker is brutal. That's all well and good. It's the fact there are two things that I truly hate, and one thing which is just the Colossus's size, which makes it kind of a not as spectacular fight. It's very aggressive, so if you get hit in that early part, as soon as you get up after being knocked down, Celosia will hit you again as soon as you get up, and it can make it very, very easy for it to just do that until you die, and I don't know how I fell off there. I was gripping on, and now we get to a terrible, terrible point in the fight. So you can get chain hit without the ability to recover quickly enough to escape, and then you have this. One, it's hard to get on top of him down here. You can apparently fall off pretty easily, despite having a big patch of fur to grip onto. It's hard to get back on top of him. What I would kind of like him to do is rear up, but doesn't want to do that. And then when you're on top of him, if you're in the exact wrong spot when you land on his back, you will never ever be able to get a stab off, which was kind of what was happening to me. So now we do this big, stupid dance. I don't know, maybe this is... Oh, that was luck. Maybe it's my own incompetence in this fight, but I just fucking hate it. And yeah, he moves around too much for me to get a hit off. Like, you barely have time to even raise the sword, let alone bring it down to attack. And while you're on top of Celosia's back, it'll just kind of do these little sprints forward and then stop to shake you off. It's heading back up into the temple we started out in. Once we get up there, it becomes a lot easier to mount Celosia and get on its back. Oh god, I got a hit off. That's nice. It's being so nice now. It doesn't take many hits to bring it down, it's just the opportunities to hit it are so few and far between that it's actually kind of infuriating. What you can do when you're back up here, if you do manage to fall off, you can just climb up the braziers you start on. Oh god, that... Believe it or not, that went smoother than a lot of my fights against Celosia have in the past. Sometimes if you're lucky, you can just jump straight onto its back as soon as it falls down, and you can land in, like, the exact right spot where it can't shake you loose and stop you from hitting it. And the fight ends in, like, a minute. Otherwise, you have the experience that I had and have had almost every time I fight that particular Colossus. There is another one that is almost exactly the same as Celosia coming up in the future. But that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.